Language is by no means monolithic. We all feel the need to communicate, but the way we do so depends upon a number of factors. For instance, people speak differently based on their geographical or social origin. In this case, we might be talking about an accent or a dialect. If we were to sum up these concepts, we might say that an accent is a distinctive way to pronounce a language, while a dialect is a variant of a language that is contrasted with an official or a national one. What we usually call Italian dialects are actually sister languages of Italian, as they are all derived from a single, common language, that is, the Latin language. In general, you can divide Italy into three different dialectal areas. There's the northern area, north of the Rimini-La Spezia line, there's the Tuscan area, which is the birthplace of modern Italian, and the central southern area, which is also the largest and most heterogeneous. The English language needs no introduction. It is the most spoken language in the world, and an integral part of international economics and politics. There are several accents of English. Around London, we could hear RP, which is the prestige variant, and Cockney, which is typically spoken by the working class. Other noteworthy variants within the United Kingdom are the West Country accent, the Northern English accent, and Scottish English. In the United States, the most spoken accent is General American, which is an accent continuum that is spoken by most of the population. Other noteworthy variants are Southern American English, spoken south of the Mason-Dixon line, and African American English. Japanese is an incredibly ancient language, and the country's feudal past has contributed to the formation of innumerable dialects, whose vocabulary and grammar can be very different from standard Japanese. Accents and dialects are also associated with an entire series of stereotypes, which all too often appear in our mass media. Italy, for instance, has long exhibited a phenomenon called dialectophobia. Dialects and accents are used to stereotype characters, and especially ones from the south are considered farcical and ridiculous and are often used for comic relief. British society is highly stratified, and accent plays a pivotal role in this. Class-based discrimination is historically well documented, and sometimes even speaking with one accent rather than another can dramatically narrow or even broaden someone's career paths. In the United States, linguistic stereotypes mostly affect inhabitants of the South and African Americans. While the former are stereotyped as ignorant country hicks, the latter are seen as violent thugs. These stereotypes create division in American society, with tragic consequences. In Japan, Hyojungo, or Standard Japanese, dominates the media landscape, especially in the field of animation, since most of the animation studios in the country are based in Tokyo. The so-called Kansai dialect is often used as well, but because of its origins, it is often associated with impulsive, larger-than-life, even comedic characters. Accents and dialects present unique challenges when it comes to translating them into another language. An accent can play an important role within the narrative, as it can be used to indicate someone's origin or social status, or even as a characterization tool. In several cases, deciding not to translate such an accent or dialect can prove severely detrimental to the narrative. One way to get around this problem is cultural adaptation, which is the practice of translating a cultural reference with another that has the same effect. In the specific case of accents and dialects, this might imply translating an accent seen as comical with one that has the same implication in a target language. This approach, however, is not entirely risk-free, since associating an accent or a dialect with another on a purely superficial basis runs the risk of reinforcing harmful stereotypes. Therefore, those who work in translation must take care to avoid stereotypes and treat accents and dialects as respectfully as possible, while at the same time making the work as accessible as it can be and making sure that every character, no matter where they're from, has their own unique voice.